SCP-3700 might be the scariest SCP I've ever seen.
Massive creatures are locked in a fight to the death in the middle of the sea. Destroyers, cruisers, and battleships fire special weapons and harpoons at one of the creatures, attempting to help turn the tide in favor of one. But they appear to have almost no effect on the gigantic monster. Hi, I'm Dr. Bob, and this is SCP-3700.
Hi, Dr. Bob.
Also known as the Tides of
Tides of War. Okay, guys, I'm gonna make a wild guess right now that one of the SCPs is a good guy and one of the SCPs is like this devil beast that's just trying to destroy humanity. I feel like that's probably what it is. It's like good versus evil.
SCP-3700 is what the SCP Foundation has labeled an 800-kilometer circular area in the North Sea.
So it's an area.
Located southeast of Iceland and north of the United Kingdom. The circle contains the Faroe, Orkney, and Shetland Islands.
So it's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle, except it's an SCP and it's a circle instead of a triangle. But same idea, I'm sure.
The seafloor is abnormally deep in this area, at roughly 5 kilometers below the ocean surface, roughly 20 times deeper than the rest of the North Sea. SCP-3700 experiences all kinds of strange, anomalous activity, including extreme weather and geological events.
Sounds like a lot of bad things could happen there.
These are caused by the interaction between two separate entities, which have been designated as SCP-3700-1 and SCP-3700-2.
Okay, so there's giant hermit crab lobster creature, which is 1, and then there's like a huge giant, what is that, like a sea serpent, Loch Ness monster, Pac-Man face sort of creature as SCP-3700-2. So they're just constantly battling it out. They're trying to see who's better.
SCP-3700-1 is an arthropod resembling the common lobster.
Totally, I knew it.
Except this crustacean is 6 kilometers long.
Okay!
It has a variety of blue, yellow, pink, and red markings carved into its carapace that resembles a woman's face.
What?
It has 6 arm-like limbs, 4 of which have claws, with 2 having club-like appendages on the end, and 8 legs.
Okay, so it's basically Godzilla lobster. It's Lobsterzilla.
It also has 4 orange eyes at the end of stalks. 3701's carapace shows significant damage, with many scars, cracks, and even some holes that reveal its soft
Well, I mean, yeah, they've been battling for years, I'm sure.
It has several anomalous capabilities that it uses in its battle against SCP-3700.
So, okay, they're saying anomalous. I'm getting, like, that's an SCP term that they use a lot, just like anomalies, which is essentially the same thing as saying superpowers. You know, they just like, one of them can probably summon in lightning and the other's probably like the Avatar and can bend all of the elements. It's just like weird powers that they have that go against the laws and physics of nature.
2. Its 2 club-like appendages are capable of striking, but they also produce a cavitation bubble that generates a force equal to several tons of dynamite.
Hold on. That was so crazy it made me sneeze.
Similar to what the mantis shrimp is able to do, but on a much larger scale.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
2 of its eyes are able to project concentrated blasts of gamma radiation, and it's able to stop storms or other weather phenomena.
So it's Superman.
Despite being 6 kilometers long, 3701 can reach speeds faster than 100 kilometers per hour, and has even shown the ability to demanifest and disappear if it doesn't locate SCP-3702.
Okay, did we just hear that right? It has the ability to demanifest, which is, I guess, just disappear from existence. Maybe it just goes to like a parallel universe. Maybe they're fighting in 4 dimensions.
Within roughly 15 days after appearing. SCP-3701 appears to be friendly in nature and shows some small signs of intelligence. When accompanied by Foundation ships, it will either ignore them or provide a small amount of aid by helping to move disabled craft away from danger. After appearing, it travels the full 800-kilometer area of SCP-3700 in a spiral pattern from the center out toward the edge.
That's weird.
Interestingly, the center is the exact center point between the 3 island chains located within the circle.
Okay, so if you're thinking of, you know, going on an exotic vacation with your family or somebody else, you know, just stay clear of here and also Bermuda.
and is home to numerous shipwrecks. Since being first discovered by the Foundation in 1922, 3701 has slowed down considerably in its movement and has lost a significant amount of mass. It was first measured at a length of 16 kilometers, a full 10 kilometers longer than its current state.
Wait, it used to be bigger? How? Wait, oh my God, bro. It used to be 10 kilometers bigger. That's like if we just did like for scale. Like let's say it's this big now. It used to be like this big. Times a million size, bro. That's like bigger than my friend Alex's mom. Holy smokes.
It also appears weaker and seems to be having a much harder time subduing SCP-3702.
So it's losing the battle.
SCP-3702, on the other hand, looks like it belongs to the family of ray-finned fish and has an appearance that closely resembles the pelican
Okay,
eel.
it looks like it belongs in purgatory. That thing is horrifying. What the heck is going on? That kind of looks like the bloop, if you guys know of the bloop. It kind of looks like if you took the bloop and then just like baked it in the sun and it shriveled up into a giant long piece of jerky.
Except that it has 13 appendages encircling the middle section of its body. These appendages look like the tentacles of an octopus, complete with suckers, and can tuck
I did
them
not
into
need to
its
know
body
that.
when not
No,
in use.
that part just...
3702 is currently
I don't like
32
it.
kilometers long, and opposite to SCP-3701, it is growing larger.
Oh, that's
having
awesome.
only been 300 meters long
Awesome
when first
sauce.
identified in 1945. Most of that length is the creature's whip-like tail that ends in a sharpened point. It's currently roughly 1 kilometer wide at its largest point, and each of its 13 tentacles is around 60 meters long.
Are you kidding me?
Its most distinctive feature is its massive mouth, which can open up
Same.
almost 3 kilometers wide.
Same.
3702 is black in color, with white, purple, and red bioluminescent lines that resemble a man's face on either side of its torso.
Okay, so the other SCP creature, the giant lobster dude, has a woman. This guy has a man. So, maybe they need to get a divorce.
SCP-3702 can create sudden changes in the weather, generating huge storms and Category 5 hurricanes, as well as massive whirlpools that suck in any vessel within 150
This sounds like
meters
something
before
out of
grabbing
Greek
them with its
mythology.
tentacles and tearing them apart. It's also able to produce high-energy sound waves and streams of blue fire from its mouth.
It produces fire underwater. What the heck, bro?
Is to destroy close-range targets.
You gotta be kidding me.
SCP-3702 appears at random locations within the 800-kilometer area, except during the spring and autumn equinoxes, when it appears at the exact center of
So
SCP-3700.
Equinox, don't go to the center.
It stays submerged unless it encounters 3701 or another object, and will demanifest roughly 15 days after first appearing.
Weird.
It's extremely hostile to any creature or object that approaches it, and has even been witnessed destroying entire pods of whales. Conventional weapons have no effect on it, and even special anomalous weapons used by the Foundation have only had a moderate effect. Only 3701 has so far been able to subdue
That's
it.
insane,
When
dude.
SCP-3701 and 3702 do meet each other, they will engage in a prolonged fight, with each attempting to temporarily kill or subdue the
So it's
other.
Godzilla basically versus King
the winner of each
Ghidorah.
contest would swap depending on which half of the year it was, with 3701 consistently winning during the Northern Hemisphere's spring and summer, and 3702 winning during the fall and winter. However, since the Foundation has begun implementing containment procedures, SCP-3701 has won the last 64 cycles in a row.
So even though the lobster SCP is smaller and getting less powerful, and the other guy's getting bigger and more powerful, he's still getting destroyed, which is kind of embarrassing.
A number of changes happen when one of the creatures wins. When 3701 is successful, major storms in the area immediately cease, crop yields double, and local oceanic life increases their reproductive rates by a factor of 3.
Holy smokes. Okay, so like when the lobster SCP wins, life is good. So lobster is the good side, and then bloop giant serpent death creature is clearly the evil side.
This can lead to dead zones forming from the overpopulation of certain species of zooplankton. Erosion rates on the islands also increase by a factor of 5. which has led to the Foundation needing to bring in large amounts of dirt and sand.
Oh, maybe it is a bad thing.
When SCP-3702 wins and subdues or kills 3701, the weather becomes very dangerous, with powerful hurricanes and rapid temperature changes that can range from below 0 to over 28 degrees Celsius.
Oh, wow.
Capable of causing massive damage to buildings and huge losses of life. Travel by sea becomes extremely difficult due to huge waves and storm surges, making it difficult for supplies to reach the islands.
Yeah, I mean, if like people knew about this, you know, you should really just like avoid that area at all costs. You know, you just like go around the circle. That, you know, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a smart person, but that seems like the obvious thing to do. Just go around the death circle where two giant beasts are battling it out 24/7.
Ocean food sources are driven from the area, and crop yields are reduced. Following its victory, 3702 does not demanifest, and instead
he
continues
stays
to patrol the area.
Oh my God.
And attack vessels, and will even approach the islands themselves.
Dude, he had a whole cruise ship.
Foundation Naval Task Force Delta 7, nicknamed Northern Storm, is tasked with locating and assisting SCP-3701 in its struggle against 3702.
That's smart.
Purchased from the United States military, it consists of 13 destroyers, 5 cruisers, and 15 smaller support
That is a
craft.
whole navy.
When Delta 7 locates SCP-3701, it will often acknowledge their presence by raising 2 of its claws into the air.
That's
and
adorable.
clicking them while making a low rumbling noise with its
Okay,
mouth.
so they basically teamed up.
Delta
That
7
is
then
sick.
accompanies SCP-3701 as it patrols its 800-kilometer area for 3702.
That's epic.
Once the two meet, Delta 7 engages in Protocol Winter Maelstrom, where the destroyers shoot harpoon-based anchors into 3702's head, before moving in a circular pattern while they and battleships fire on it to ensure it can't orient itself. The cruisers, meanwhile, attempt to draw its attention by firing and moving in a serpentine pattern at a distance of 300
Does
meters.
that actually work?
The two creatures will battle, blasting each other with gamma radiation and powerful sound waves.
I've
They
located
whip,
you.
bite, and club each other, cracking armor and ripping off tentacles and other appendages, until one finally stops moving and dissolves into the sea.
So even when they beat the other person or the other creature, because they're not people, when they beat the other giant monster, I guess like they win for a little bit, but then eventually the other monster comes back. So it's going to be like an eternal battle that never ends, which is kind of sick.
Should SCP-3702 be successful in defeating 3701, then Project Tumult is activated.
Oh, they have a
and the
backup
following
plan.
procedures must take place.
Bomb
First,
him.
there is an immediate evacuation of all naval and civilian craft from the 800-kilometer zone. Next, all trade and ferry routes are stopped or rerouted for at least 6 months.
Okay.
And land-based aquatic
Smart.
defenses are activated.
Yes.
Aerial craft will continue to monitor and engage with 3702.
I would do the same.
While others continue to look for a reappearance of SCP-3701. Since it appears that SCP-3701 continues to physically degrade, and with the exact opposite being true for 3702, it's been proposed to let 3702 win and subdue 3701 twice every 5 years, despite the terrible effect on locals in the area. Though this plan has yet to be approved, it may be the only chance to stop 3702 from becoming so strong that 3701 is never able to defeat it again.
And guys, that is it. That is the most terrifying SCP creature I think I've ever heard of. That sounds like the scariest thing ever, especially because the ocean is already terrifying. And then you add in these giant monsters in there that I don't even want to think too much about. I'm probably never going to step foot in the ocean ever again. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you guys leave a like and click this video to watch more. It might be about SCPs. It might be about Minecraft. It might be about something else.